So every time I go to a city, Fayetteville, for example, I'm always trying to meet local investors, local people that are in this space. And so we'll usually have a meetup of some sort. And so back in January, Matt and I came down and put out on BiggerPockets that, hey, we're coming to Fayetteville. Let's just meet up with some investors, have a few beers, hang out. Shelby reached out, and Shelby is someone that organizes meetups down here for investors. And she reached out to Matt and said, hey, I can help you. Let's, I'll bring some people. And she brought 30 people.
I'm Shelby Osborne, and I'm the founder and CEO of Five Pillars Realty Group here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I heard about Matt through BiggerPockets, on BiggerPockets all the time, and I have the book Raising Private Capital. So I reached out to him a while ago and then found out that he had units here in Fayetteville, and we linked up, and this will actually be our second meetup.
So we were able to have a great night, got to meet her team, meet the people that she brought out, she promoted it, all that. And so right away we were impressed with her and her team.
My name is Michael Glaspie. I'm the Vice President of Five Pillars. I would say about 90% of the team are veterans. The other 10% are loosely affiliated with some sort of veterans, whether it's through marital relations or family relations, things of that nature.
Now when I come down, here about once a month, I meet with some members from her team, Dan specifically, and Dan has become my boots on the ground down here.
My name is Daniel Kidd, and I know Justin and Matt because they came down here and we kind of had like a little ad hoc get together where Shelby kind of gathered everyone that we know here through the nature of like the Pints and Properties meetups that we've been doing, and Matt was able to sit down and give us like a whole talk about what he was doing in the area, and then kind of open it up for a Q&A there.
All right, welcome everybody. Huh? Cool, you guys excited? All right, cool. So we're gonna give you guys a tour of an apartment building today. How many of you guys know this property or drove past it or knew the property before today? Knew of it? Okay, all right. So this is the property we talked about last night in the presentation, right? This is it. This is Douglas Grow and Hope Mills. You all saw all the pictures of it. You guys know this property really well now because of last night. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna give you guys a tour of a model unit. We're gonna introduce you to a few of the guys that are turning apartments. Because as you guys know, what our business plan here was to take old dilapidated apartments, renovate them, get that rent bump, right? We want to get that, $100 to $150 to create the big value, okay? To do that, we've got to invest in the unit. So that looks like turning around things, appliances, and these are those cabinets I showed y'all. We'll look at it in the model, but the one where we just painted the box and put new doors on, right? That little game, okay? I'll show you guys that in play. We're also having a few speed bumps that are going on, right? Like real shit that's going on at this property, like the freaking doors that we bought, right? Some of them don't fit. What do we do, right? Some of the boxes in the cabinets, as much as we're like, we're just gonna take these cabinets and repaint them. That's all we're gonna do, except for some of them are falling apart, right? That's what we do, So there are little nuanced struggles that we've had. We bought our appliances from Sears Kenmore, right? If y'all read the paper, they're going out of business. Right? So go find that. They've gone bankrupt like 4 times in my lifetime. Okay, so they'll be back, right? But for right now, that's not who we want to buy appliances from. So we're going to meet with an appliance vendor. You see me and Justin put him in a headlock. Okay. Now he wants all the business. He wants that guy's like, give me your countertops, give me this, give me that. He's already going like, well, I'll give you one price for the appliances, but if you let me have the whole kitchen package and the whole this and the whole that, it'll be a little lower. Fine. I told him, I said, my relatives don't work at the places that I bought this stuff right now, so I don't care who we buy it from. I just want a really good deal. So we're going to do that. It's the deluxe is the finished unit, and we're also doing a classic, which is a unit that's just kind of been spruced a bit because,
Basically painted.
Yeah, just painted and brought back to life, but we can charge a lot less in rent for that. Right? Because there's some people that are economy, budget, or whatever. But this market right now is demanding a lot of deluxes from us. So that's what we've been pushing is more of those because we get a bigger rent bump for it. So fire's got a better chance burning around the door than through it. Okay? Isn't that interesting though? She kept her door closed, and look at this. And I can tell you, I walked this unit right after the fire. Her clothes were fine. It's like the fire didn't happen when we walked this bedroom of the unit. How do you price it? Squares? Or
basically,
linears,
what we say to do your standard kitchen, and not looking at the size of these kitchens, you're looking at material-wise about $160, and then somebody to come in and install it, which takes about an hour. 1 hour. Yeah.
I want to talk to Jeff a little bit. You guys can, bear witness to it, but we want to talk to Jeff about what he can provide and what it would look like to make this happen again material-wise. Okay. And you guys all have, how many of you guys have rental units?
I'm here at Douglas Square today to follow around Matt Faircloth and Justin Fraser and hear their story with a little show and tell that goes along with it about how they got these 198 units here in Fayetteville.
So yesterday, Matt Faircloth gave us a little bit of a talk on how to raise capital and also exactly what's going into each deal. So today we're out here at the apartments and Five Pillars Realty with you guys, and we're checking out what you guys are doing, rehabbing the units, and getting into the dirty details about, you know, what problems might arise and stuff like that.
That stuff, man.
Hey man. Sorry.
All good.
No, I know. Can we go out back and talk about fence prices?
Yeah, definitely.
Good friend of mine and my mentor has apartment buildings like this, and he fences in a lot of yards, and he gives tenants a little spot where you can maybe have a kid running around, especially on 2-bedroom units like this. They might have a kid, might have a dog, might have a whatever, or maybe they just want to have their own private space that the neighbors can't be stepping on or whatever. We all want to have our spot, right? And so we want to fence at least like test market it. I want to just do a few to fence it in, and then the tenants can put their little furniture and see if we can get some sort of a rent bump for it, right? Okay. So you and I talked yesterday, right? Yep. We laid it out, measured it out. We're talking 18 feet by 18 feet by 18 feet.
Exactly.
You said you could give me a day to get us some numbers. What'd you come up with?
Come up with about $750 for all that.
$750 for what? For the labor, for the
Labor, wood panel. It comes in 8-foot sections,
Yeah.
4 feet tall for about $27 plus
Okay.
tax on me per section, and they'll take it. They can log in online.
Oh yeah.
Check
Well, first of
out?
all, at this level,
Right.
you don't accept any kind of cash,
Okay.
right? There's no cash.
Right.
They can bring in money orders or checks.
Okay.
Okay. And they can pay online. That's it.
And then as far as the leases go, are you offering any kind of like get your first month half off or certain
We offer
fees?
rent incentives.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, what kind
Incentives for moving in.
What kind of incentives are you guys
I think
offering
it's
other
like,
than the laundry?
I think it's like a half off or a half off. We'll do like half off the second or third month. So down the, not like first month's rent half, because then you could have somebody limp in the door, able to just pay the security deposit when they're done. You know?
As who you are, like kind of you were talking about last night, like people will invest with you, and like why will they invest with you versus somebody else?
Because I believe that we are heavy with transparency. A lot of it because of the YouTube page. Because we don't pull any punches. There's no secret sauce. We just tell people exactly how we do it. There's no, and I don't think all syndicators believe in that. I think the people are like, oh, you got to keep it confidential, keep it proprietary, keep this, keep that. I just put it all up. Here you go. Here it is. This is how you do it. And so I think that it translates to honesty. It translates to transparency. And so I think that's how we attract investors.
Yeah, I mean, laying it out for them, and we were talking about this last night. Matt is Matt.
You get what you get.
There's no like actor Matt who's like he turns up the energy a little bit for his videos and
You
stuff.
two were telling me that last night.
But it's still Matt, right? So there's a level of authenticity there that people get, and even on my deal, when I was raising money for my deal, just the fact that Matt was attached to the project lended credibility to it, right? Because people know him and he is who he is.
That was awesome.
Even people that didn't know him, like had never spoken to him.
If that guy's involved in the deal,
Matt
I'll give
Faircloth
him
is
money.
involved in the project. There's a credit. I took his credibility and said, hey, right?
Yeah.
So, but the fact is that there's no like different person and people, investors who are going to spend $50, $100, $200,000 on your deal. They are vetting that. That's what they have to know, that people trust that you're going to take care of their money.
Right.
And they do that by trusting you.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Whether it's a 8.5% or 9% return, I find investors care much less about that than if I give him $200,000, what is he going to do with it, and can I trust that he's going to keep my best interest in mind, and not only get it back to me, but then get me some profit in return.
So we just got done wrapping up here today at Douglas Square, and there's so many things that we could take away from this experience. I'd say probably the top one that I took away was the interactions with the contractors. really cool to get their insight on working on a project of this scale, and also way to save prices overall on budget. So that was really cool. And then I also really appreciated hearing from Justin and Matt about how they kind of took the project from start to finish, and then ways that we can implement it into our next project. So
I mean, it was really good. A lot of the stuff that he was talking about, like I've kind of like seen the physical representations of it, just kind of like being here, but I hadn't had someone actually talk me through all of it. So I mean, a lot of big takeaways for me, especially with how he was doing the renovation and like specific stuff that he was using in it. Like, definitely going to take away some new ideas for how I'm going to like do the wood paneling and like future units that I have, and especially that that laminate that he's putting down that kind of looks like the LVP. Like 100% definitely going to use some of those things. So.
First off, I think this is a perfect ending to the previous presentation that Matt gave yesterday. We actually got to walk the property and see on the, some of the bumps and hurdles with the burning units and all that. But the key thing that I can take away is just the efficiency that he goes about in ordering the supplies, right? Or choosing certain material over others, right? Negotiating with the lenders. And all of it it's all just a people business. It really is. Each move he made, he sat there and built a relationship with that specific vendor or specific contractor, and now he's just making this deal work. That's the biggest takeaway, yeah.
What brought me here is the fact that I haven't told myself I know it all. Right? And I mean, take every opportunity to learn something different, especially if it's talking about investors or anything like that. But I'm just not in the position where I feel like I mastered anything.
The presentation was amazing. I mean, Matt and Justin did an amazing job walking us through, telling us about the good, the bad, the ugly, right? I mean, we got to see what happens when a unit burns up. We got to walk through the A-class units, right? The nice units. We got to walk through the units that are just kind of, painted up and put some lipstick on the pig. Even though these are great apartments. So not as an insult to these apartments. I learned so much, and Matt and Justin did such an amazing job with the presentation, walking us through what can go wrong, the different vendors and how negotiations work with the vendors, and working with different individuals and how you pick those individuals.
Douglas Square on 3.
1, 2, 3, Douglas Square! Woo!